If it ain't one damn thing, it's another.
Well, greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here. Hope everybody's doing good. What's today? Tuesday. Quick update. Tomorrow is the 5th day of my juice only diet. And as of this morning, I've lost 9 pounds. So what do I do tomorrow? Tomorrow I get to go on my regular diet, which is sort of like an Atkins diet. Just no carbs, no sugar, and protein, as much as I want. I've done that one before and it works great. I know a lot of people don't like it, but hey, you got to do what works. You know, they tell you not to do any of this shit without seeing a doctor first, and that's good advice. Unfortunately, I don't have medical insurance. It's not going to start until February. So the reason I bring that up is at 2 times today when I stood up, I came closest to passing out than I ever have in my life. I mean, I actually dropped down to a knee so I didn't knock all my teeth out on the way down. I'm sure that has something to do with the fact that I'm starving to death. But yeah, it's exciting to be able to, I mean, the pants that I sound like a chick now, but the pants that I'm wearing, I wasn't able to wear, you know, just 4 or 5 days ago. Anyways, one of the guys on the channel, you know I'm bad with names, he had some questions about LAPD cars, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not an expert on, you know, automobiles, or so I can only give you my own opinion. And I mean, if you ask 10 people, you know, which do they like best, the Chevy or the Ford, you're going to get 20 different answers. The hell does that work? Anyways, here's the way I always looked at it. And in my time, you know, of course, we were talking about the Crown Victoria, the Ford versus the Chevy Caprice. I always opted for the Chevy. Now, the guy that asked the question is a Ford guy. But you got to hear me out. And this is just based on my experience. Like I said, it's not like a professional study or anything. The Fords were always faster at top end. And that, what I mean by that is, you know, if we had pursued somebody up to the freeway, and now we're on, you know, some empty freeway, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning on a weekday, you know, the Fords were good because they had that really high speed. The Chevys were a lot faster on the start, meaning, you know, from a stop or from slowing down and then gunning it. And they handled better, in my opinion. The Fords tended to wobble a little bit. So, because we policed the majority of our policing was not on the freeways. It was done in the city. You know, that involves, when you're in a pursuit, that involves getting up to high speed. You know, you catch up to the suspect. He blows a light mid-face. He don't give a shit if he kills everybody. But since, contrary to popular belief, we're a little bit more passionate than that. You know, we got to slow sometimes to a stop to make sure, you know, because people don't hear those sirens and see the lights. So now the suspect gets a jump on us now. He's up ahead, you know, by 2 blocks. Well, the Chevy could close that distance very fast, where the Ford was very slow to, by the time you got up to speed, you know, you'd already lost the guy. So I always opted for a Chevy, and I was always pissed off when there weren't any left that day, you know, to issue out. Now, the next question was, and I think I understood it correctly, it was, he wanted to know how they maintain the vehicles, because he sees, I believe he noticed that the vehicles in LA are on the road for a long time. Well, Los Angeles is a big department. You know, and I'm sure this is the same for other large departments, but what happens is, now when I was there, we only had 18 divisions. It's all been changed. They've got, I don't even know how many divisions they have now. But at each police station, in each division, you had a garage. And you know, the police cars, we call them shops. So, you know, the number on the top would be like, you know, shop 05 if it was, you know, 05. And those delineate where, you know, the division. In Hollywood, it was 06, on and on. So you would take your shop over to the mechanic if it needed something done, and you just, you know, it's called, you BO the vehicle, bad order the vehicle. You come in and you go, hey man, there's a check engine light came on, whatever. And they bring it to the garage. It's right across the street or next to the station, depending on where you're at. And you just get another one. And it was mandatory after every pursuit. The vehicles had to be, given a full inspection by our, certified mechanics, and those were city workers, people that, and in my opinion, did a fantastic job on the cars. They kept them running, and I hope that answers your question. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. I know I promised a police story, but I'm not wearing any gloves, and it's 32 degrees right now with a little bit of a wind. I need to get my gloves on, so I may do the police story tomorrow. In any event, hope you guys are doing good. And LMS, I almost dropped the phone, man. My hands are frozen. All right, LMS.
I always get people asking me how I keep my youthful spirit. I say, hey, look, I got the body of a 5-year-old.